I know that it's not your first time in Poland. Yeah?
Yeah, it's my second time in Poland, actually. So I was here 3 years ago with Scott Hanselman, back when .NET Core had not even RTM'd yet. And we showed one of the early versions of .NET Core back at the time. And we had a lot of fun because we actually, one of the demos we did back then was we would build a .NET Core app, put it on a memory stick, and just grab a laptop out of the crowd and put the memory stick in the laptop and show that .NET did not have to be installed on a machine. But I love the developers in Poland. So
I remember that time when .NET Core was shown, and yeah, it was amazing. You show us here today a lot of bunch of new stuff that we are expecting or is already available, like .NET Core 2.2.
Yeah.
Can you say something about that?
Yeah, .NET Core 2.2. I'll tell you the truth. So if I kind of scale back, we knew at the Build conference, which was in May, that we were going to do a .NET Core 3. And .NET Core 3 is primarily a major version because we're bringing back two big libraries from the .NET Framework world, WinForms and WPF. And after we started thinking about .NET Core 3, we realized it was going to take us about a year to ship it. But we didn't want to stop working on .NET Core for web developers while we're building the desktop version of .NET Core. And that's why there's a 2.2 and there might even be a 2.3. And so 2.2 is an interim update primarily for web developers and cloud developers. But it brings a bunch of great features. I mean, the most exciting ones I think are being able to debug APIs with the REPL, HTTP 2 support for ASP.NET. Having ASP.NET, one of the most requested features from us was how do you secure an API? Today what you actually have to do is write a token server, and we want to provide a token server for you. So you can just go put an attribute right on your API, and it's protected the same way a page would be in a web app. So there's a bunch of cool stuff coming in 2.2. And then finally, I think I closed out with the Blazor stuff, which is probably my most exciting thing in the .NET world, which is giving a developer the ability to write a SPA app that looks like an Angular, React, Vue app, but being able to do all of that in C# and get the benefits of C#.
I think it will be great for backend developers to try that web that don't want to try with Angular JS stuff like me. So I'll try.
Well, I hope it solves a problem. One of the things that frustrates me as a web developer is everybody has rewritten all the web apps with Angular and React or Vue. And so apps that used to be fast now are slow and take a long time to load. And I don't really get any benefit from the fact they're written in Angular. I was just traveling in Europe earlier this year, and I was going to some, I'm not going to say who it was, but it was some train website. And you go to the website and you say, I want to book a train, and this blank page comes up. And it slowly starts filling in pieces of, I'm like, is this really better than just having the old static versions of the pages? So I hope that the Blazor tech allows people to build faster running SPA apps than some of the ones we see today.
Yeah, and .NET Core 3 version for desktop developers, something new that we are expecting this year.
.NET Core 3, as I said, primarily the big three features in .NET Core 3 are WinForms, WPF, and some of the Blazor technology. I expect that to ship probably middle of next year. Okay. So it's a 2019 thing. I showed some demos today where I was able to build WinForm and WPF applications from the command line. So while you can build apps and run them today, there's still some major pieces missing. We haven't got the designers in Visual Studio running where you can actually design a WinForm page or design a WPF page yet. That's actually hard. And I can explain why it's hard. Visual Studio was designed thinking there was only one .NET framework, and so it hard codes, a link to .NET framework, and we have to go find all those places that assume .NET framework to be there, and put a switch in so it can decide, hey, there's 7 versions of .NET Core, which one of those? So it's a pretty big undertaking, which will take us a couple more months to get there. But we have the basics working today, as I showed on stage, and I'm excited about RTM in that next year.
Okay, Scott, you are a very experienced person. could you give some advice to the young developers? You see how many young people are here today. How to stay focused, motivated for such a long time?
To me, it's the best advice I would give to anybody. And first off, there's two things. Stay current on tech. A lot of folks that I work with don't read tech news. I think all the best developers are always reading tech news to know what's going on in the world. You don't have to always try whatever the new technologies are, but as new stuff comes out, you should at least read about it and learn about it. I think that's what makes programming an awesome job is, if I look at what I programmed 15 years ago and what I write today, I use different tools, different technologies. Imagine just, that's what makes development exciting is that. I think the biggest things, as I said, is stay up on tech news. And I think the other thing is, always try new stuff. Don't just, as somebody that works in the developer space, I will go into some company sometime and the developers there feel like they're still lost from 15 years ago. They have not looked at what's changing and happening. And so always play around and try the newest technologies and think about how they might impact your work.
Great. Thank you very much, Scott. It was a pleasure.
Thanks. Glad to be here.